Press play.
So the two verbs that are conjugated the same with spelling changes in the stem that we're going to do here on this little video are préférer and espérer. And I wanted to put them together here so that you can see how préférer has, they both have accent aigu in the stem of the infinitive. So I wanted you to notice there's two in the infinitive préférer. And that's, remember when do you remember back when we first learned about these marks, about how this accent aigu makes the E sound like A, as in café. It's on the end of café. Here it's préférer and espérer. So let's start with préférer, which of course means to prefer.
We can't see it. Oh, wait, just
This often confuses students, especially students who are used to speaking English and writing in English and aren't used to looking at accents. So, because, I don't know, it just is something confusing to some students. So just be aware of that, and we'll go through that. Okay, so je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle, pluriel. The stem is, of course, you take off the ER. So the other thing, I think that one of the things that messes students up is, one thing, it's so much like the English prefer. You know? The other thing is that there's an extra ER on there, and sometimes that is confusing for some reason. Just think about just taking off only the ER on the end. So your stem is going to be préférer, but this accent, that's accent aigu here, is going to change to accent grave. So this is the ending that goes on. It's an ER verb. And then you have the two accents form like a little house roof on the je form. The same thing's going to happen inside the boot, on all of the ones inside the boot with the accent change. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw that boot in there. So, tu préfères, it's tu préfères with an ES on the end because it's tu. This actually sounds more like eh. It's supposed, with that accent grave over it, it's supposed to sound like eh, as in achète or amen, j'aime. It's harder for me anyway, and maybe for a lot of American speakers of French, to hear the difference when there's an R following it. It's supposed to be tu préfères, but that R sound makes that sound different, but it's eh. That's what it's supposed to be. Il, elle. What ending, Daisha?
what? E?
Wait. There's that accent. This accent, again, the accent in the infinitive is changing to the kind of accent that goes down like the roof, like accent grave. Let's go over here to this one. Again, because it's in the boot and it's pronounced the same, it's il préfère, elle préfère. You're writing these down, right?
Yeah, I have it down. Look,
Get your accents in there.
my accents are on there.
They are.
I know this stuff.
Oh yeah, you're ahead of me. Nous préférons, préférons. So notice how the accent aigu is the same in nous and vous as it is in the infinitive. Vous préférez. Since Dacia's got it all down, let's the rest of us go ahead faster. Espérer. What does it mean? To hope. That's a wonderful verb, and we all should use it and practice it. Come on. Let's go faster now. It's going to have the same pattern as préférer. Well, the reason is because J'espère. Tu espères. I'll tell you in a minute. Il, elle, espère. The reason is because you guys are yawning and seeming like you're going to go to sleep, so I'm going to speed it up. Nous préférons. No, it's not préférer. It's espérer. Nous espérons. Shh. Notice how it's accent grave. This accent aigu turns to accent grave with je, j'espère, tu espères, and il espère. But back to nous, it's accent aigu, just like in the infinitive. Nous espérons, vous espérez. Accent aigu, just like in the infinitive. Il, elle, espère. Oops, wrong one. Madame.
Either way, madame.
Oui, ça c'est le but. Okay, so are you espéring that this is the last one?
Oui.
Moi aussi, j'espère que ça c'est le dernier verbe. Répétez, j'espère.
J'espère.
Tu espères.
Tu espères.
Ils espèrent.
Ils espèrent.
Nous espérons.
Oh, madame, you messed up.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't say elle espère.
It should be elle espère, not ils espère.
I skipped. Oh.
Mm.
I was hoping too hard that this was the last one.
That's what happens when you go too fast.
Yeah, that's what happens. You get ahead of yourself.
You write it down wrong.
Wait
Should
a
have had me
second.
write it down, madame.
Okay, is that right now?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Il espère. Répétez. Il espère.
Il espère.
Elles espèrent. Elle espère.
Elle espère.
Nous espérons.
Nous espérons.
Vous espérez.
Vous espérez.
Ils espèrent.
Ils espèrent.
Elles espèrent.
Elles espèrent.
Should I draw the boot on this one?
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter to Daisha.
Well, I mean,
It doesn't really matter. C'est pas important. Okay, très bien.
Anyone that doesn't have one is metro.